Welcome on in, everybody, and I'm very excited for this Q&A type video. This idea was given to us by somebody who filled out the giveaway survey, so to whoever that was, I don't remember who it was, thank you. This is going to be super fun. I asked you guys on our Discord, I asked you guys on Instagram, just for fun questions that you wanted to know and you wanted to ask me, so we're going to get into some of those. I have Discord pulled up, and we'll pull up the Instagram ones on my phone, but yeah, it's going to be a fun time. All right, let's see what we got here, squad. All right, we have so many questions. All right, let's start out. I think a lot of these, I looked over them briefly before. I feel like a lot of them kind of have, like, similarities. Like, there's ones of, like, how OPC started, so I'll just kind of get into that as we go. But first, Lewis asked, what is this Discord everyone is talking about? If you haven't joined our Discord, link is in the description below. Join the Discord. It's an awesome place. We play Among Us all the time together. We just hang out. There's a move workshop for Cardistry. There's people that can talk about magic and all sorts of other stuff. So yeah, join it if you're not a part of it. Leopold here asks, will there ever be a Gilded Deck? We get this question a lot. Gilded Decks are interesting. I'm not a huge fan of Gilded Decks just because I like to have decks I can carry with me every day. It doesn't rule Gilded Decks out. Gilded Decks are just also really expensive to make, which if they're more expensive to make, then we have to charge you more. So it doesn't really go with our whole affordable type of release. So I don't know, maybe sometime in the future, who knows. But as of right now, no. TA asks, are you open to collabs on any decks in the future? Collabing is super fun. I think collabing would be really a cool thing to do. I know there was another question about, like, who was your dream collab, so I can kind of answer these both together. But I would say, like, I've pitched a collab to Orbit a couple times. I mean, collabing with any bigger cardistry brand would be really awesome, like Anyone or like Dealer's Grip or even Fontaine, I think would be a fun collab. So yeah, I think all the collabs are open. I'm open to hearing all collabs, so send them my way. So Leopold also asked, will there ever be a pineapple deck? Yes. That's all I'm going to say. Not Santa. What inspired you? Okay, so fruit. Okay, so here's the first one that gets into the whole origin story thing. So, I know we've had a lot of new members join us over the past year or so, and I do talk about this a lot in terms of like interviews and stuff with Decking Around and other people. But here is the whole story, real quick for those of you that are new. So it was my freshman year of college at Ball State University here in Indiana, good old Muncie. If you don't know Ball State, David Letterman went there. That's like our one claim to fame. I was a freshman there, and me and Nate knew of each other. We met actually during this thing called the Accelerate program, which was like before everyone started up at Ball State. But I had an idea while I was on the speech team at Ball State. I was on the speech team for a semester, and I heard a speech about how the Cavendish banana was going extinct. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. How has no one else heard about this? Or why is nobody talking about this? So I had an idea to spread awareness for the Cavendish banana by making a cool banana design. And I started with PowerPoint, because that's what I had at the time, and I will put the original OPC PowerPoint slide here of what it looked like, and yeah, it looked awful. Next thing you know, I'd try to find somebody that could design something professionally, and I found this guy named Brad. He helped me out. He designed the banana for me. Other than that, like, he kept sending me these things that I didn't ask for. I was like, I just literally need 2 bananas. Like, inversed bananas. That's all. And he'd like just sent me other stuff, and I was like, can you like just design me a banana? And he was like, yeah. And then he designed it for me, and I was like, yeah, like, I don't know if this deck's gonna go anywhere. And he was like, dude, just don't worry about it. Like, it's cool. So then, eventually, we pretty much made the back ourselves with the banana. We outlined it, and we put it on a teal back. That's when I went to Nate for help and said, hey, I have this idea. Here it is. I need help. And we figured it out. We bought prototypes of the deck from MPC, and then we just started up an Instagram and started taking photos of them together, and just seeing who was interested and if this would be a cool deck to make. Next thing you know, we end up gaining like 1,000 followers in like a month, and Nate reached out to Kevin, to help promote the deck, and he asked us, he was like, are you guys gonna just print them, or are you gonna do a Kickstarter? And of course Nate was like, well, we can't print them because that's like a lot of money, Kevin. And he was like, well, you could take out a loan. And he was like, well, we are both college students. We have infinite amounts of debt. I don't think we want to add to that. So we told him, we were going to do a Kickstarter and all this other stuff. And he liked the idea so much that he was like, what if, I just pay for them to get printed and we sell them on Riffle Shuffle. We see how they do. And like, we'll just split the profits. And we were like, what? Like, really? Like, you'll pay? And he was like, yeah, like, I'll print them and we'll see how they do. So then we really started promoting it as in like, we're going to sell these. Next thing we know, we get the real deck in hand. We start making content and we sell them in like, we sell all 2,500 in like a week, which like isn't bad. Like 2,500 in a week is like good. Like that's, mind blown that we did it. Like the goal in the card community is to come out with your own deck of cards, and boom, like we just did it. After that, pretty much it was, Kevin was like, all right, boys, like what's the next deck? And we were like, what? We get to do this again? And that's when I came up with the idea of rebranding us into organic playing cards. So it kind of covered fruits. It also eventually, I knew, because I was like, okay, this is a thing that's going to continue, would cover vegetables, and if we wanted to do food in the future, it also kind of covers all of that. So that's where organic playing cards came from. That's kind of like the origin story. I don't think I missed anything. Yeah, no, I think that's it. What's your favorite real fruit? And then what are some plans for future decks for OPC? I just talked about that. Future plans are like food and vegetables and that kind of stuff. And my favorite fruit in real life has to be either bananas or strawberries. I love strawberry flavored things. Strawberry cheesecake slaps. What TV show are you currently binging from Troy? Troy, I am actually rewatching How I Met Your Mother with my fiance because she's never seen it before. What is your top 3 favorite card companies? Orbit. I love Chris. Chris is freaking awesome. I very much enjoy him. I like a lot of Gemini decks. So I like them a lot. And I would have to say, as a smaller kind of like double duo creators, I like Kier Gomes and, Nick, I can't remember his last name. The Elemental Playing Cards guy. So Elemental Playing Cards, Slow Hands, I love them a lot. And also Bao, my friend Bao, that makes cards. He's awesome. There was also a couple questions about like if we're ever going to do OPC trainers. I don't usually use trainers, and I don't think trainers are something that a lot of people want. They'd rather just use a deck of cards. So for stuff that's more specialized like that, we're probably not going to make any. If you want to buy a deck and make them yourself, go for it. I know there's some people that will like do custom trainers. We've had some people make us some trainers in the past that were pretty awesome. So yeah, I would look into that. So that is all our questions for the Discord. Let's hop over to the Instagram. All right, we got a question from Ganji Playing Cards. Ganji Playing Card. Ganji Cards. I don't know. I'll put it on the screen. How should we do to get a good cardistry video? I think he meant what do you do? Really, that depends on your personal taste. That's too general of a question. I mean, you don't really need the craziest camera equipment. Literally just your iPhone works. I think as long as you have good music to it, you have good moves. One of the biggest things I noticed at CardistryCon when I went was that not a lot of the videos were shot on like a real camera, or at least it didn't feel like it. So like the quality of the video and the quality of the equipment doesn't matter as much as the content itself. So yeah, that'd be kind of the advice. Focus on the content. What's your favorite fruit? And love from Spain. Dude, 52 cards and more. Thank you so much. Yeah, my favorite fruit. Oh, I think I already answered this one. Strawberries. Yes, strawberries. What's your fave deck of cards? That really changes. It depends on what I'm in the mood for. I usually just carry OPC decks because like I make decks that I really like and enjoy. But I think other decks that I like the Instant Noodles deck by Bao. The slow hands are fun to carry around. I carry around a lot of Gemini decks too. So Okay, so here's an interesting thing that we're going to talk about real quick. So there was two people. I'm not going to say who it is because that would be mean. But there are people on here asking, can you give me free decks, please? So here's the thing I want to break down and go on a little rant about. In the cardistry community, I don't think people understand or know that it's really rude to ask people for free things. And here's why. So asking for a free deck with nothing in return is really kind of, I take it as in, like, you don't think that what I do is worth any sort of, like, it's not worth anything. You're like, oh, well, like, you're just going to give these to me for free, which is, like, a really, like, kind of a bad thing to ask somebody, because it's not just free. I don't just magically make decks and make them appear. We pay for them. So really, it's not, you're not saying, hey, give me a free deck. You're saying, hey, pay me money for nothing. And I don't just give out money. I don't make enough money off of this to pay my rent and buy food. So, like, asking for a free deck with nothing in return is not cool. Plus, it doesn't matter if you ask for a free deck and you're like, I'll make you a video. It's like, unfortunately with business, like, if you make us a video, then, like, I'll want you to have some sort of audience that, like, watches your videos, you know, or it has to be, like, really high quality content for me to want to send you free decks. Plus, people just think, oh, well, if I ask them for free decks and I'll say I'll make a video, that's cool. But then I look at their profile, they have 100 followers, and the last time they posted was a year ago. And I'm like, hey, so if you want to be a sponsor, so these kind of go hand in hand. If you want to be a sponsor of a card brand, make videos, work on your page, gain an audience. Heck, buy their cards, make videos with their cards, because I look at all the videos that people make with OPC cards. I watch all of them. And if somebody makes a really dope video, like, I save it and I, like, think to myself, like, hey, if we ever need a new sponsor, like, this person made a really dope video with our cards. So yeah, asking for free decks, in my opinion, makes me upset. I get angry about it. But I pretty much know everybody else will too. Because it takes time and effort to design the decks, then it takes money to print the decks, and to me, when you just ask for something for free, it makes it seem like, what you do isn't important, it's not worth anything, just send it to me for free. So yeah, I would rather you not do that. Thank you. End of rant, back to our regular scheduled programming. How much is it to let USPCC or Cardamundi produce design cards? I think you mean custom cards. It depends on how many you print. It's really expensive. Usually it's like $4 or $5 a deck. So, you know, times that by 2,500, that's the minimum. What even is that? It's something absurd. Yeah, $12,000 to print decks. So Thomas Tran, what's film school like and how does it intertwine with OPC? Film school was awesome. It taught me a lot about not just video making, but, like, kind of like how to tell a story and how to make content. Film school was really fun. I got to make a lot of short films. I got to do a lot of stuff. But I also think it gave me a passion for telling a cool story along with a product or anything that I'm trying to promote. So for instance, the last OPC trailer with Grandpa Cam, that whole story, I don't think I would have ever thought about doing something like that if I wasn't in film school. So film school is awesome, and I think it translates perfectly into what I do with OPC. It also just helps with, like, the photos and the videos and all the promotional content. So yeah, hopefully that answered your question. What is your least favorite deck that you've made? I really don't have a least favorite. Like, I really, again, it's like, oh, I like all my children the same. I have some of my favorites. What is my least favorite deck that we've made? I really don't know. I'm sorry. I don't have an answer for that one. I like all of them a lot. What is the most overwhelming thing you've experienced while releasing a deck? This is easy. When John Stessel accidentally got our cards and then made a video with them. That was the most stressful thing ever. And it wasn't John's fault. It was very much Gambler's fault. They sent him the wrong cards. But yeah, John is awesome. We talked about it, and we ended up making the best out of that situation. But that morning I woke up to all that was very stressful. How to make it best in cardistry? Literally just practice and interact with the community. Easiest two things. Next, OPC Deck tees. It's part of a line that we already have going. How do you feel about having metallic ink on decks? Love it. I love the metallic ink we had on the Peelers V3 and the Squeezers V3. Super dope. Very much enjoyed it. What is your favorite USPCC stock? I really like the Peelers V3, and that's the only recent deck from this last year that was on Bicycle Crushed, not Bee Crushed. I don't know. I like it. What is your favorite existing series of OPC decks? Again, I really like all of them. I don't know. I like the Peelers and Squeezers. Are really good. I like those a lot. So Unicorn asks, how do you choose the next fruit or for the next deck? That's actually a really complicated thing that we have to do, because we have to try to make sure that we don't have any, like, we don't do a pink and then a red back color close together, because like I feel like that's kind of like you want to switch it up every time with the deck color, the deck concept. Plus we don't want to release like two peelers very close to each other or two snackers close to each other. So it's like this big complicated puzzle that we have to figure out. It's really fun, but it's also hard. How many decks do you have planned for this year? I think we have 5 or 6 planned for this year, so it's going to be pretty lit. I'm very excited for all of them. Thoughts on doing a deck with more than one fruit, like tropical juice or something? Haven't really thought about it. There's a lot of fruits left to do just one of, so. Do I have a favorite coffee mug? I do have a favorite coffee mug. It has a camera on it. I got it from my aunt for Christmas. Love it. My most prized Pokemon card is actually this boy right here. Let's see if I can get him to focus. Yeah. Pulled this. It's PSA 10. Champion's Path. Shiny Charizard. Probably goes for like $2,000-ish right now. Definitely probably going to be selling that to help pay for my wedding. So, that is the most prized Pokemon card as of right now. In your ideal world, how many cats do you own? Definitely just 3. 3 is the cap. But like, then also a dog. For sure. Yeah. 3 cats, 1 dog. Yeah. How to start making content for you? So I think we answered this earlier. Just make content with our cards. Try to gain a following, gain an audience. At the end of the day, it kind of sucks. Like, if it was up to me, I'd want a lot of people to make videos for us. But at the end of the day, it's like, unfortunately, as a business, we're like, well, what are you providing us in return for us pretty much paying you with the shipping and the decks to make this content for us? So hopefully it makes sense. How do you design cards? We design cards in Illustrator. What's the most important thing you look for in a deck of cards? The most important thing I look for is like experience, in my opinion. Like, do I like to use this deck? Like, is this a deck I would carry with me every day for like a month and I would love it? And that's how I feel every OPC deck is. All right, so that has been it for our Q&A video. Thank you so much again for whoever suggested this. I had a lot of fun answering all your guys' questions. I hope that you had a good time listening to all my answers. And if you would like to do this again in the future, please tell me in the comments below. Also, give this video a like. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you are not subscribed already. Ring the bell so that you're notified when we drop stuff or we have premieres, like for the deck trailers. And yeah, other than that, the next deck's going to be coming up here hopefully in February sometime. It is wrapping up in production, and I will be getting them eventually. Depends on shipping and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, very excited for them. It's going to be very fun. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you for hanging out, especially if you made it to the end of the video. If you made it to the end of the video, go ahead and tell me what your favorite fruit is below if you made it to the end of the video. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. Goodbye. Oh wait, no, I need to do right. Okay, all right. Goodbye. Goodbye.